there, everyone. So, I wanted to stick to my word that I was going to do a post conference follow up. And I know if I get in my car and I drive all the way home and fight traffic, the chances of that happening with a 3-year old who haven't seen me all day is very slim to none. So, I just wanted to take a little bit of time and talk about the three things I did to prepare for this conference and answer those questions. So, what was I looking for to learn that I didn't know? This one, they didn't disappoint. It happened right away. Okay. So it was in the first one. Uh it was under business, the topic of business. And it it kind of go into the second question, but the first one I'll answer first. The first one was, what did I learn that I did not know? Thank you. Something that I something that I did not know was, and I always wondered. So in business, a lot of people, so that they don't end up paying taxes, they would do a lot of deductions. So what he was saying is, we are programmed subliminally to go back to zero. We so even if you made a profit on the books, it still looks like zero. And that's not the way to scale a business. So he gave us five structures in which we can put our money to grow that is tax free. And before I share those five, I'm not holding anything back from you. I just want to do some research before, because I've never even heard of it. And that was his point. Most of us don't even know where to put our money, so that it can grow tax free and we don't get hit both sides being self employed. So that was something that I learned that I didn't know before. My second question was, business behavioral changes. So he talked a lot about programming. I think for me, it would be, especially, I um I run a marketing agency, and branding is very important to me. But I like the way they discuss branding, because obviously you are your brand, and I've been saying that for a long time. But it's more than just you being your brand. It goes to what really is your purpose, and is that really coming through on your social media? Is that really coming through? Is it really personal to you, and does it include all the facets of who you are? And if you know me, I got a lot of facets to me, right? And sometimes it might seem like you're doing a lot of different things, but when you really get back to your purpose, brand that, move with that, and then everything that you do comes off of that, but you're moving with what you're branding. And something that they said is, personal branding is not self promotion. Personal branding is thought leadership. I thought that was good. And then he said, just keep telling your story. Storytelling is very important for your brand. If if you don't tell your story, and you leave it up to people to just recognize what you're doing from their observation, but you never actually get on social media and tell people what you're doing, then their take of your brand might not be accurate. So I thought that was really good. And then the last thing he talked, and this is on behavioral changes, is your reputation, both online and offline, must match to make your brand. And it really made me think about, sometimes you could always show up in person, but online, it's a hit or miss. Or you could always show up in the online space, but in person it's a hit or miss. Both of them go hand in hand for your brand reputation. And your brand reputation is what will allow you to do business, allow you to get credibility, allow you to make deals. It's everything. So brand reputation is very important. And then my last question that I had asked to prepare for this conference was, if I had to make any modifications or aspirations to any modification to my current aspirations. And I would say, one of the biggest things that I learned is, and I learned this from my mentor, but this was a really good reinforcement, was to make sure I'm positioning myself as a business owner in the correct place. I want to be within the flow of money. And what he said is a lot of times we go into business because we want to make money, but we don't like talking about money because it's taboo. So what we end up doing is we end up focusing on business. And when you focus on business, you get more business, but not necessarily more revenue. So one thing that I really want to modify is what am I focusing on? And I think about it not just in terms of business, but in healing. Like if I'm focusing on a sick client, then that's what I'm going to get, a sick client. So what your focus is, what you focus on will really drive your results. And his recommendation was, you have a business because you want to make money. So you really should focus on money. You should really know how money operates, how it functions, how it works, how to produce it, how to reproduce it. So that's something I want to, I think that's a weakness of mine, that I don't fully know or always want to watch how money is working in the business. But that's something that I really want to tap into. Behavior changes. That's a modification that I want to make from this conference. Okay, it was awesome. I mean, this was full 12 hours, so I am tired, but I did want to stick to my word and have better behavior in investing. I'm investing time, money, and energy. So I just want to make sure that I'm getting the most out of it. And if this helps anybody out there, I really hope that your business flourishes, and that you too will invest in yourself and going to conferences and putting yourself in places and spaces with different thoughts and ideas and perspectives. Okay, well, thank you for tuning in. I will see you next time. This is Casey coming from Orlando, Florida. Okay, bye. Have a good one.